go! Rabbit, go!" the fans cried as Elgin leaped, turned, and twisted toward the rim, or took a defender one-on-one, gave a quick head fake, and reverse dunked over him. Wherever Elgin played, people stopped what they were doing and watched. After high school, Elgin wanted to go to college, but the DC colleges wanted whites only. "You should come out west," said a friend who went to the College of Idaho. So Elgin did. It rained hard those first few days, but when the skies cleared, it was time for a game. And soon, people in Idaho stopped what they were doing and watched. "No one else plays that way," the coaches declared. "Where did he learn those moves?" they wondered. Elgin didn't have an answer. "I don't know," he told them. "It's spontaneous." That winter, Elgin led his college team to victory. And that winter, far away in Alabama, a black woman named Rosa Parks sat down on a city bus and refused to give up her seat to a white man. That was a victory too. When people learned about Rosa on the news, they stopped what they were doing and watched. Later, Elgin transferred to Seattle, where he led his team to the 1958 College Championship Finals. The newspapers wrote a lot about Elgin. They also wrote about the courage of the first black students in Arkansas to sit down in an all-white classroom. All across the country, people stopped what they were doing and watched. In 1958, the Minneapolis Lakers chose Elgin Baylor first out of all the college players in the nation. Elgin "Rabbit" Baylor was now a professional athlete. But in those days, being in the NBA was not like it is today. Fans flocked to watch Major League Baseball. But with only 8 teams, the NBA had a hard time selling tickets. The players didn't make much money. They traveled long distances in loud, clickety-clack trains and slept leaning over in their seats, their long legs jammed underneath. Sometimes they flew in made-over cargo planes. They played back-to-back nights and washed their uniforms in hotel bathrooms. They slept on beds that were too short. They played when they were injured or sick. Even so, Elgin played as hard as he could, and so did his Lakers teammates. Meanwhile, another team gathered in the basement of a church in Wichita, Kansas. They practiced sitting down and not fighting back, even if they were bullied and harassed. Later, they sat down at a whites-only lunch counter until they were served food. But change came slower elsewhere. That winter in West Virginia, the Lakers needed a place to stay overnight. Every hotel said, "Whites only." So Elgin and his teammates said, "No thanks." The whole team checked into Edna's guest house, where anyone was welcome. They were hungry. Where could they eat? Downtown, all the nice restaurants were whites only. Elgin bought some cold food at the bus station and ate in his room. That night, as the other players suited up and walked onto the court, Elgin sat down before the crowd without a uniform. "Why isn't Elgin Baylor out there?" the reporters asked. "It's not fair," the fans complained. "We paid to watch the whole team." But his coach and his teammates understood. They were with him at the hotel. They knew he'd been turned away at restaurants. "I'm a human being," Elgin told them, "and I want to be treated like one." Sometimes you have to sit down to stand up. And that's what Elgin did. The fans noticed, the newspapers noticed, and the NBA commissioner noticed.